Going back, you did say that you felt Nori and Joe were being gatekeepers, right? I know in the
Yes.
past you ended up saying that you seen Joe try to fix beefs with everyone else besides his own. Like he tried to fix 50 and Ja Rule and everything. Um, but this is just
And he had beef with Ja Rule. I mean, with 50.
right, and he fixed that one.
That got fixed.
But it seems like when it comes to Cuban, it's like a different layer. And it makes you really wonder, like, what did Cuban really do to him in the end? I know they
And
had
I
their
know, and I know
fights, but
Cuban real good. I've asked that question. Nigga, did you hit his broad or something, nigga? What man, I've asked him why. Cause when me and EFN were pushing and pushing and pushing, from the answers that I received from DJ EFN's part or any other way that I try to get to, Joe was just too stubborn. I had Cuban at the point where he was ready to sit down. You know what I mean?
but
Joe wasn't up for it. So there's got to be something that, he's not, you know what I'm saying? He's not gonna, I don't know, bro. You know?
I think the problem is though, it's like with Joe, it just seems like he's never trying to humble himself enough to be like, I made a mistake too. Because if you notice in all the stories that he tells and everything, he's never at fault for anything.
Yeah.
You know,
He's very arrogant. Joe is an arrogant dude. He's got these great names, big persona names like the Don, and he's an arrogant guy. You can see that from the outside looking in. But again, what did he do so goddamn bad to just blackball him and want to erase him from the Terror Squad legacy and history? I
right?
don't
Because
get it.
if you think about it, right, like the beef between 50 and Joe, 50 was really on his head, like in a way disrespected him like nobody else, right? I guess the only thing with
Now Cuban don't win in hard though. Cuban done got
right.
at him. You know what I'm saying?
But but
Cuban done,
I think
Cuban,
also,
Cuban done all over the place on Joe already. For the last 10 years.
but I think that also the street, the fighting in the street, that type of stuff, the things that spilled over to the street makes it harder to fix, right? Because Joe and 50 never fought, so I mean,
Man, I mean, I can't speculate. I can't sit here and tell you Fat Joe is jealous and envious of Cuban Link's talent and didn't want him to shine. I can't speculate and tell you Fat Joe or Cuban, nailed his wife or tried to nail his wife, or I don't know. I asked Cuban, hey,
uh,
did why is he, I tried. This dude ain't, at all. He harder than you, and you the one that got cut. You know what I'm saying? Did you bang his wife? And Cuban like, no, I did it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get why the grudge is so goddamn personal. When just imagine what that would do not only for hip hop, but Joe and Cuban Link, or even just the Terror Squad, they could make a lot of money still, if
right.
done the right.
I think what's most frustrating though for fans is the original group never got to reach that potential that you knew what they were capable of, right? Because it got cut short, and then after Pun died, and then Cuban never really got to shine, and I just felt like Joe could have really been this. The record label could have been on another level had he been able to show and prove that he was successful in putting out all these different projects, right?
Do you want me to tell you how a lot of Puerto Ricans in Chicago feel about Joe looking from the outside in? We just talked about on a personal
Yeah,
level and involved, but a lot of people look at Joe like a puff daddy, bro. That a person who capitalized off an artist's um, art after he passed away and was just selfish and all about him. A lot of people, with the Latin culture, they despise all that bullshit that that the TS went through. You know what I'm saying? And to watch Liza be in shelters and Chris not getting no support, I did a big Pawn reunion and I flew out myself.
You too good. You too good because that was gonna be my next question. You see, you already know where I
No,
was
I
about to
didn't. I
take it.
really didn't, Panda. But we were just on the subject of Joe, and I don't want to.
We on the same
And I don't
wavelength.
want to get up here and be no like Fat Joe Slasher or whatnot. I'm actually finna drop a song that got, it might mention some people, and I don't want anybody to feel like I hate anybody. It's hip hop, baby. You want to say something? Get on the motherfucking wax and say some shit back. You know what I'm saying?